going to Bioblitz.
Planting trees. Doing the gardening. Learning about the Aboriginals.
Learning about the environment in more ways than you could imagine.
And you also learned some science. It was great. I really want to come back again.
What we're going to learn about today is about Blue Mountain swamps. Now the reason that the Aboriginal people really liked being in this spot was because of the swamps. The swamps are fantastic systems which provide water, and the magic substance which really helps provide that water is the peat that's in swamps. This little bit of peat here may have taken as long as 5,000 years to get there. It acts like a giant sponge in the landscape. You can sort of see for a long time nothing runs off. It's very good at trapping sediments and pollutants. So you can have dirty water coming into the swamp, but what comes out is beautiful, clear, pure water.
Finding bugs.
Well, it's a bug. You've got very sensitive and sensitive bugs which need good water quality, clean creek and good habitat to survive there. So if you find these sorts of things, you know that the creek's in pretty good condition.
It's a fish. It's like a fish.
It is a fish.
I can see it. It's dead. It's dead.
Have a look on the sheet, see if you can find anything that looks like a stick with legs. Yep. That's what it is.
It's very sensitive.
That's right, very sensitive. So those bugs wouldn't survive in a creek that was really polluted and degraded.
Oh, it's a caddisfly.
Yep, it's another caddisfly.
There's a lot of caddisfly.
That's the most common thing we're finding, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they're very sensitive.
I can't see it.
It's true, there weren't very many bugs in there, even though the ones that we did find were pretty sensitive. Up in the catchment we've got lots of Katoomba, we've got shops, houses, roads, all of that when it rains is running off into this creek and making the water quality not as good as it could be if it was just bush, for example.
What do we find? It's a spider. I like working with all the water.
Now pH measures acidity. So you write tap water, pH is 6, okay? We've got tap water, we've got seawater, and we've got creek water, which we got from the creek back here. And do you think you can all do that?
Yeah.
With the rest of them?
Far out.
Yeah, it was 50.
Wow. It's nice.
EC.
Here's creek water.
That's the pH. Yeah, that's measured in No, people have had that thing.
100? Number 6.
Can you pass me the lid, please?
So electrical conductivity measures salinity, okay? If someone can read that for me.
It's 170.
170.
I liked it when we were running the Web of Life.
I'm going to do a game called the Web of Life now with you. You've been learning about how we're all connected in some way. Without the water that comes from the gully, we wouldn't have the waterfalls in Wentworth Falls. Did you know that? The stream starts here, there's a spring that starts here, but it eventually go all the way down there. Now without those waterfalls, the dwarf mountain pine can't survive. I'm going to take water out of this web. I'm going to do that by also tugging on the string. Now when you feel a tug on the string, can you just lightly tug as well? So if you feel... Does everyone feel that tug? Yeah. So what just happened then? One thing in this huge biodiverse system was taken out and it affected us all.
After colonisation, a lot of people were still coming to this place, and they set up a settlement which became known as the Gully, and that was here right up to 1956 when the Catalina racetrack was approved for construction. And this is the big racetrack you can see going right around this area. The Gully traditional owners, the people that were living here, were evicted from this place to make way for the racetrack. They bulldozed this racetrack right through the middle of the bush that was here, through all the swamps, and caused quite a lot of damage to this area. What we're doing now is that we formed a cooperative arrangement with the Gully traditional owners, and we co-manage this place, and we're trying to restore it back to its pre-Catalina racetrack condition.
Has anyone put a plant in the ground before? Has anyone planted the plant? Yeah, lots of people. So it's really just a case of putting the plant in the bottom and gently pushing the soil into the side there, making sure that it all goes in there and there's not too much of an air gap around the side. Ready to go? Alright, go for it. What do you put in the garden? I have to Alright. So remember, we want to push them down nicely so we get a nice little well around the side. That's perfect, that one.
They're a great age to be able to think about the Aboriginal history of the Blue Mountains and what happened to Aboriginal people, where we are today and how we're moving forward. So as people were moving through the landscape who came to Australia after us, they were pushing our people out of areas, so we had to find where we were going to stay permanently. So the Gully became that place. And the pathways are still there. Where people used to go through the pathways to get to their homes, they're still there. People who lived here and the children who grew up here still know how people moved round the Gully and went up to town. Some of the descendants are in this room, and there were some descendants in one of the other schools of the people who were first here as well. What I'm going to show you here is some stone tools. Now these stone tools, there's a lot more, they were found in the Gully. Now stone tools proves and helps with oral history, because that way we know that our people were here doing traditional things right here in the Gully. Feel inside there. See how smooth it is? Now you feel the outside. Rough? Yeah. So this one here is important because it's a portable grinding stone. So this would be put in a rock shelter that probably didn't have the right stone there. So it would have been put there so that each time you come back, you need something to sharpen your axe, it's there. So just put it up on a ledge, there it is. So you can use it again. If you see anything like this, the best thing is that you leave it where it is, take photos of it, let someone know what you've found, then your parents can let National Parks know. They can take a GPS of it and they can put it on a register so that everyone knows it's there.
I like to make them the bags are so pretty.
It tells the story of cooking, the stars and the animals that they're cooking and the boats. All the eagles were coming in. They were after the mice or all snakes, but there was full of snakes out there.
1, 2, 3, go! Setria, naring in the ropate. Setria, naring in the ropate. Ropate omrosi amate, setria. Ropate omrosi amate, setria. Everyone got that? Yeah, so be quicker. Setria, naring in the ropate. Setria, naring in the ropate. Ropate omrosi amate, setria. Ropate omrosi amate, setria.
We are going to be detectives. Between the start and the finish, I have hidden 13 things that don't belong in the bush.
Oh, fire! What fire?
These are things that are threatening our biodiversity.
I bet you it's rubbish. Come on guys! It's a treasure time! 2 plastic bags, 1 pack of the chips, and then car wash. They've left it here and it's still full. We have 1 minute left. That's a real one.
Who knows what plant this is that's at our feet here?
Tomato.
A tomato. Do tomatoes belong in the Australian bush?
No.
No. And that tomato at this point is a weed. It's a glass jar. What's wrong with the glass jar being in the bush?
Pollution.
Pollution?
It can start fires.
Excellent. Go Marcus.
The sun beams onto the glass and the glass goes onto the plant and it causes a fire, then it starts a bushfire. The sun reflects off the glass.
Excellent.
Who had a good time today?
I thought it was great and I really liked it and I can't wait to come back.
We know that it's getting more and more difficult and there's more and more electronic learning, and so we're really looking for opportunities to kind of connect young people with nature and to have that kind of experience. So once again, just thank you for coming on behalf of Blue Mountain City Council. We're just delighted that you were able to participate. So have a very good afternoon. Bye.
This is the place to be! Biodiversity!